Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, today is the 16th of March, and of course the time is clocking, and the final day of the mass action is coming. But again, the big question people are asking, what have we ever achieved through such kind of a movement? What has Maandamano ever achieved in this country? That was the big question that people are still asking. And one of our viewers on this Punchline, of course also our subscriber, shared an important message just to remind our viewers what Kenya has gone through and the achievement that we have been able to get through such kind of a movement. And besides this, I also have another message from also another viewer, a woman of God, so that one I will be sharing in the evening. But as of now, we want to focus on what this country has ever achieved through mass action, because there are some individuals who want to paint the issue of mass action to look like it is illegal, it is not worthy, it's like backwards. That's how some people are trying to do. But mass action has brought a lot of change in this country. You cannot just water down the issue of demonstration. There is a lot. And of course, this message goes further even to question what PLO Lumumba was talking about at Citizen TV. Because according to PLO Lumumba, he don't see the reason why people are going for mass action. And I don't know if really he has been part of the struggle in this country. Maybe someone can remind me through the comment section. But if he has never been part of the struggle, then he will not even find a reason to associate with such kind of movement. So without wasting time, let us go. We want to go through this list. But just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the person who sent this message has never shared her name with me. But I will just read it the way it is as we continue. Kenyans, what behind Raila Odinga's Maandamano? That's the question. We have like 10 points that Kenya has achieved, the fruit we have achieved through Maandamano. Number one, Maandamano brought about the repealing of Section 2A that created multi-party democracy. This is self-explanatory. For those who have been here for quite some good time, you will understand that at one point Kenya was a single party state. That was how the rule was. In that way, the president, who was then the party leader, had a bigger say on who will become a member of parliament. Because the only chance people had to elect people was through nomination. So if you had even a best candidate, then that candidate goes through nomination. That is the end. And you can imagine even how we are having our nomination in this country. Sometimes money will matter. Number two, when someone don't love you, they will use every means possible, including how Alfred Keter, the Nandril's former member of parliament, lost in UDA party. He contested in the nomination, he won, but later they shortchanged him. So, with the multi-party, people got a chance now to have their elected leaders right from member of parliament, councillor, councillor, you come to presidential election. And that even is what has made William Ruto to become the president, though hata watu wamesema na njia zingine za kuiba. We cannot forget about this. If there was no Maandamano, we would not have this privilege. And I know many people, so many youth have benefited from this. You can join any political party, you can run even as an independent candidate, and you get your chance. So we cannot forget this. Number two, Maandamano brought about the closure of Nyayo torture chamber. For those who remember, in this country, if you are not friendly to Moi, or if you was against the government, if you could speak the ill of the government, they will literally just take you to Nyayo chamber for torture. They deal with you mercilessly. These things are still happening in Uganda. For those people who are watching closely the politics in Uganda, you will agree that those who are against the government or those who are in the opposition side, And especially the youth, they have suffered. They are being tortured, you are beaten, you are brutalized, unakatwa. You suffer mentally, physically, emotionally. Maandamano brought down this Nyayo chamber. It's no longer there, and our law has protected this. You can never be tortured to that extent because you are not agreeing with the government. Number 3, Maandamano brought about liberty, freedom of speech and expression, which we enjoy today. That one is true. For example, there was no way someone like, let's say, Stureh Punchline or any other platform on YouTube, including even TV station, you could air out any information freely because you don't know what the government will do to you at the end of the day. And I want to give you a living example. Just check in Uganda. Do we have people who can analyze politics the way we do here? And then you are in Uganda the way, sisi tuko Kenya hapa. We can analyze and we can call on the government, we can speak our mind. Do we have such people there? No, because that freedom has been curtailed. So freedom of speech was very important. You can speak your mind, and that is why what has made Kenya to grow, to civilize, and to improve on so many things, because someone will come out, they will expose you, they will question you, and that's why even William Ruto enjoyed it. If it was not there, tell me how William Ruto could speak contrary to what Uhuru Kenyatta wanted and go with it or survive. It could have not happened. William Ruto could have just been fired the following day, na ingizwe Nyayo chamber, na mambo imeishia hapo. So he is also one of the beneficiaries among even so many leaders who are in opposition in the Kenya Kwanza side. Number 4. Maandamano brought about the end of the closure. No, hiyo tumesema hiyo. Number 5. Maandamano brought about the 2010 constitution and a new chapter of Kenya political system of governance, i.e. devolution. True. If it was not for Maandamano, people to get out and speak their mind, we had big problem in this country where resources were centralized. So the president was so much powerful, and he was the only person who can direct development to go in specific area. When you are opposed to him, you cannot get development. Remember, this issue of the devolution and the 2010 constitution, it was when the country was already in multipartyism, but still, president had control of so many things in this country. So devolution was the only thing that saved people from the hands of dictatorship when resources were centralized. Saying that it is not one person who is dictating what to go where and when. So you can have your governor and they will get the amount of money because it is already in the constitution and in the law. You cannot deploy here money alafu kosa kupeana huko. Once you dispatch money ya huku na huku itaenda. So that at least at the government, at the county level, you can feel development. That has helped even to grow the opposition side. Without this, even those who are opposed to the government, they could not grow in any way. That was a big plus. Number 6, Raila Odinga's Maandamano has always been about quality, leadership, citizen involvement to promote efficiency and capacity building. That is true. Right now, you can see, before you do anything in this country, you will need what we refer to as public participation. People have to participate to understand, even if you are hiring someone, though people will try to do it even in a symbolic way, the way Ruto had his way. But at least there is an engagement from the public to speak their mind, so that people will feel that their voice can be heard, or they can influence something to happen, so that we can have quality leadership. That was when Raila Odinga and the other leaders were demonstrating so that people's voice can be heard. Number 8, Maandamano has always been the quest for electoral justice, election, transparency, accountability, and an holistic exercise that present the will of the people. Ile wakati mwingine watu wanaenda kwa laini, alafu tu wanasema laini ndefu ndio mtu ameshinda. They will end up choosing the short line and say this one has won. Now, this Maandamano is the one that made IBC to allow now the involvement of all players in the selection of commissioners who will be in charge of election. Before it was just the president word and that is the final. So it is a man hired by the sitting president to oversee an election where other candidates are participating. Tell me where you will get fairness. Referee is someone hired by one player, paid by one player. But now here, when you are hiring the 7 commissioners, you involve even those in the opposition, in the government side, and then the other organization like maybe advocates and all those other people. They will have a say at least to nominate someone in that commission. In that way, at least we are able to get to a level whereby we will know if people are still in election. For example, in 2017, at least some people got to give information which helped to petition to petition presidential election results challenging the court. And Maraga, having got the truth, he had at least something to hold on to nullify an election. As of now, we can have whistleblowers. As of now, we can get to Supreme Court and hear such kind of cases. Maandamano nilileta hiyo maneno. Lakini ile wakati mwingine ungejua wanatangaza and at the end wataapisha president usiku na mambo inaishia hapo. Number 9, maandamano has always been about how to end authoritative mediocrity, anarchy, and lawlessness in public service. Yes, iko self-explanatory. Now we can never have an authoritative president, or even a CEO or a manager or a CS, including even those who are serving in wale maofisa wa nini au askari. They have some level they can go. You go beyond it, kuna kesi na kungojea, aipoe na kungojea, kuna mambo mengine mengi. So it's self-explanatory. If it was not through maandamano, so that people can have leaders who will not be authoritative, leaders who need to consult, this could have not happened. We will be living like what we are seeing today. I'm telling you, many examples are just in Uganda here, where people's voice has no any meaning in leadership. Number 10, maandamano brought about women empowerment, people with disabilities, right and freedom, the minority rights within our boundaries in all inclusivity slogan, and a sense of soberness in the public service. We are talking about women's rights. We are talking about gender equality, among so many things, because there were people who sacrificed on the street to fight for all these things. There are so many. So Raila Odinga's call for maandamano is very important. It has a meaning, and you should find a reason to associate yourself with any protest which seemingly meant to bring some change across the country. Kama tumefika hapa, si umepata reason ya kuhusika kwa maandamano ambayo inakuja tarehe 20. I leave it to you. Let us meet in the comment section and in the next video.